there, this is Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. This is Woodland Stitching Studio, formerly known as Tammy's Crafty Life. This is a channel primarily about cross-stitch these days, although as I've said previously that will probably be changing in the next who knows how long. But today it's about cross-stitch. I've been making Christmas cards, so I have some of those I'll show at the end. And other than that, it's just about cross-stitch. I have been working primarily on Jingle Ball projects. I'm attending the Jingle Ball, which is the next weekend for me, so it's the weekend of December 6th through the 8th. And I'm taking 6 classes, so I have 6 projects that, well, I'm not going to have them all done. And I have 2 of them done, so we'll see how that goes. But I've been working on those. So I only have a few stitching projects to show you, a little bit of haul, and an announcement to make. So let's get started. The first finish that I have was a new start last time. This is Festive Forest by the Blue Flower. This is a different form of a biscornu from the ones that you're used to seeing, the little squashed things that you're used to seeing. This one was a lot of fun to stitch. I really enjoyed it. So this one has been finished. This is on 32 count linen by Fabrics by Stephanie. I do not know the color name. Oh, it's called April Showers. I do know the color name. And it's long and skinny, so I hope I can get it all in. This is it. This will be, where all those points are, this will be turned around into a round and stitched all together. And this was so much fun to stitch, and it went pretty fast, I feel like. I did enjoy stitching it. I finished it last night. I'm glad to be done so I can move on to other things. My second finish, which is actually my first finish, I'm very annoyed with myself because I can't find it. It's one of the Jingle Ball projects. It is called Joy. And it will be finished into a pillow. It's by Hands On Design. It'll be finished into a pillow that has wool applique on it. And I finished it. I put it back in its project bag, and I thought I stuck it right here. I have a little slot right here where I keep some stuff. It's not there. I've looked everywhere. So I need to find it by next Friday. So I have a week to find it. Hopefully I will. It's like it can't have left this little space around me. But I looked for an hour, so very annoyed with myself. Another project I've been working on for the Jingle Ball is by Hello from Liz Matthews, and it's called Winter Woodland Star Pillow. This is a new start from last time, and her class will be showing us how to finish into a star and put the beaded trim on it. So this will be lots of fun. And this one also I've enjoyed stitching. Here's my board. I would say I'm a third of the way done. And I'm loving this also. This is on 36 count linen that's called Dusty Cottage, and it's by Bestitch Me. I wanted a neutralish. I don't usually stitch on neutrals, but I wanted a neutralish one. That's all I have started for the Jingle Ball. And I'm only stitching through tomorrow on Jingle Ball projects, so the rest I'll just be attending the classes, and I'll show you those after I show you my last thing I've been working on. I joined a stitch along, which I don't do mystery stitch alongs very often because I like to know what I'm stitching. But this one is by Living on the Rainbow. It's an Etsy shop. She makes the cutest things, and this is a little cookbook. It's called Mrs. Claus Cookbook. It's not very big, and it actually has pages with recipes in it. So we've received 3 of the parts, I think, and this is where I'm at. I'm on the front cover. I'm stitching this on 18 count white Aida, and I need to, you can't see, I have the word Mrs. there. I need to put in the rest of Mrs. Claus Cookbook, fill in the rest of the brown, fill in the rest of the red here, and then I need to go over and do the back cover. And today we got the clue for the back cover, the pattern for it. So I'm already behind because I've been working on Jingle Ball stuff. But this is how big it's going to be. It's like almost not quite 4 inches tall, 3.75 I think. So this is going to be very cute. I'm really enjoying that as well. Although this Aida fabric that I have, it's not like normal Aida. You can see how badly it's fraying. It looks more like a linen than an Aida. And so it's working really weird. So I'm glad it's just the cover. The inside, the pages are done on linen, a beige linen. So those will be easier to stitch on than this has been. So that's all I've been stitching on. Yeah, that's it. The Festive Forest took most of my time, and Mrs. Claus cookbook. Even though it's small, that's a lot of stitches too, and the cover is full coverage. And then the other patterns I have for the Jingle Ball, I have 3 more. So the one I can't find is called #Joy by Hands On Design. And hopefully you'll see it on my next video as a fully finished item. One that I have not started and won't have time to start. This is by the Tiny Modernist, and it's Gingerbread House, and it's a 3-dimensional project. So this one will be fun to stitch. I like all the colors. Have not started that one yet. And I've pulled everything but have not yet started this one. This is also a gingerbread house, but it's a gingerbread house sewing book by Stacy Nash. So this is what it looked like. That's the front. And then there's the inside and the back, I feel like. So I have those all ready to go. And then the last one came in this fun box. There was a glitch with signing up for the Jingle Ball, and I waited for an hour. There were a bunch of classes that I wanted to buy the kits. Well, I wanted these 6 classes. I wanted to buy the kits for all of them. But there was a glitch, and I waited for an hour and gave up and went shopping. So when I came home, I was only able to get 2 kits. The Hello from Liz Matthews Star Pillow, I got the kit. She didn't include fabric, but she included NPI silk floss and the beads and all the finishing stuff and the pattern. And this other one is a kit that I got. This is Hands On Design. And this is called Countdown to Christmas. And these are, she calls it counted canvas. It's needlepoint. So these are them. And she said you don't have to pre-stitch, and I haven't touched it yet. I mean, I've opened the box because I took the pattern out. Isn't this box pretty? What a fun box. But I've not started that one yet, and I won't be starting it. And the reason that I won't be starting anymore is that I'm part of the Salem Area Stitchers. It's a stitching group. We meet every week for stitching. And last year we did a fun thing that we called Advent Stitching, and a handful of us chose 12 projects to start December 1st, stitch on each one for 2 days, so it goes till the 24th. I chose 12, some of the others chose 12, somebody else I think didn't choose 12. Anyway, last year I did 12 new whips, or new starts, and funny thing, during that month I ended up starting 35, I think, new starts, which was crazy. So this year I pulled out 8 kitted projects that have been waiting for me to start them, and 4 whips. So I have 12 projects, and they are, we did a fun thing where when we were at Elisa's house last week, they're all in project bags that are alike, and she wrapped them all for us. She did this last year too. So there's my 12 Advent projects, and I don't know, I mean, I know what they are because I put them in there, and I have a list, but they're not numbered, and I didn't wrap them, so I don't know which one is which. So every other day I'm just going to pull one out and work on it for 2 days. So I'm excited to start that on Sunday. So that's really all that I've done for stitching. It's just the Jingle Ball stuff. And okay, if there's a weird little break there, I'm sorry about that. A FedEx truck drove by, and my dog hates delivery drivers, and you do not want to hear him bark because he has the loudest bark. It hurts my ears. I was starting to say my announcement is that 2 years ago, I decided I wanted to have a finishing business to finish needlework for people. And I've been doing that for 2 years. And I have really appreciated everybody who has supported that business. Even Acorns and Threads, I've been finishing for them for a year. And when I first decided I wanted to do this, I talked to several friends about it. And when I told my friend Carolyn, she asked if she could be my first customer. So she was. And she's been my best customer for all this time. And I really appreciate it. Thank you, Carolyn. But this has been heavy on my mind for several months, and I finally decided I need to sit down and figure it out. And after much deliberation, I decided I cannot do this anymore. And it boils down to three things. I sat down and did a pro and con list, which is not like me. I don't do stuff like that, but I did. And the list of cons was way longer than the pros. But it boiled down to three main things: health, time, and space. I have several weird health issues that have come up in the last year or so. And one of them, or maybe two, I'm not sure, have greatly affected my hands and makes it hard for me to do finishing. There's a couple of things going on with my hands, and one of them is, I don't know how to describe it, that I'll be holding something and my hand just lets go, which is weird. So it was very frustrating when I was making this cording last night, and one of my hands let go, and maybe I could have fixed it, but I was over it, so I threw it down and started over. And then the other things with my hands, it's very painful. Some of the finishing that I do is really painful, and I just can't do it anymore. As far as time goes, I do still work full time, and I thought that because I work 4/10s, I thought having 3-day weekends would give me plenty of time, and it kind of does, but when I have limitations with my hands, it makes me very slow, and it just doesn't work. This month I was given 22 items from several people to finish. I have 8 left. I'm almost done with 6 of them, and then I have 2 I haven't started yet. So this is the biggest month that I've had so far, but it's not working. And then the last one is space. I live in a tiny house. I don't have a lot of space, which is a perfect example is how can I not find one of my finished projects for Jingle Ball? It's here. It's in this tiny little square right here, but I can't find it. And I'm hoping I'll find it before next weekend, but I don't know that for sure. And also finishing requires having a lot of different finishing items on hand, finishing supplies, and they take up space, and I just don't have the space. So I really appreciate everyone who has had the confidence in me to allow me to finish for them. I have really enjoyed it. It's fun to watch stuff come to life and to see people's reactions when they receive it. Carolyn's I've always given to her in person, and so that's been a lot of fun. So that's I'm sorry to say that I can no longer do finishing. There's also I have a huge pile of my own. It's like this tall. I was going to get it out and I forgot. Of things I've finished this year that I haven't fully finished yet that are my own. And I can do those like maybe one a weekend or maybe even only one a month, I don't know. But I can do them on my own time and nobody's waiting for them. So I'm hoping to get some of those done, and several other crafts that I have wanted to work on. I just don't have time. And paper crafting, I really want to go back to paper crafting. So that's why I've been doing my Christmas cards. And I have a few of those to show you. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. So that was my announcement. Thank you everyone who has believed in me and supported my finishing business. And I'm moving on to a different chapter. So the next thing I have to share with you is I haven't bought hardly anything this month, just a few things. The first thing is this is a Fabric of the Month club. So no, this is in every other month. This is Roxy Floss Co. through Evertotes. And this is 32 count linen, and this is Ice Queen. I just got this. It's a little more purple than it's showing, but it's beautiful. I got to figure out what I gotta find something to stitch on this because it's so pretty. I had messaged them last month and asked to switch me to 40 count, and they said they would, but that didn't happen, so maybe next time, or maybe I just need more 32 count. I also received in the mail Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. One of the crafts I want to do is punch needle, and I have a bunch of supplies for it. There's some very, very cute projects in here, you can see by my flags. But whether I'll get them done or not, I don't know. I tried punch needle and I only tried it for like an hour one day and got very frustrated. And I was able to actually talk to Teresa Kogut. She was at the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit in September. And she gave me some tips, and then I signed up on her website for her, I don't know what she calls it. But it gives you access to a bunch of videos that she has for training. It's not a Patreon, it's different than that. Because she does have a Patreon, but this is a different spot on her website. And then I also picked this up. This is the Stony Creek annual gift issue. Stony Creek is my favorite cross-stitch magazine. And this has some very fun things in it. I thought I had flagged it, but there's no flags on this one yet. And this year, excuse me, this year I was in Lindy Stitch's Endangered Species Club, so every other month we received a pattern. And I thought the elephant was my favorite pattern until I got this. And this is beautiful. It's because of the bright colors. These are Lear's macaw. My husband is a big bird person. He has had blue gold macaws before. And when we first got married, we had a kayik, which is a small parrot. It was very colorful and a lot of fun. And these are big ones. And so she included Weeks Dye Works Blue Bonnet and Americana floss, and then it also takes a bunch of DMC floss. But these are beautiful. And then we always get a cute little sticker, which will go in my planner. So that I'm going to be starting soon. I'm not sure when, but soon. My husband loved it, and it's going to be fun to stitch because I love doing bright colors. This pattern I bought because of Carolyn. Thank you, Carolyn. And then when I got it, there's some things you can't see till you get something in person. And I'll explain it to you. But this is called Christmas Reindeer. It's by Le Petit Croix de Lucie. And Carolyn showed this. What I couldn't see when Carolyn showed this, probably because I didn't look well enough, is so cute, is how much backstitching it has in it. So I'm sure I will stitch this, and I'm okay with backstitching. I don't really enjoy it. But that little reindeer is just adorable. So that's actually all that I purchased. When I was at Acorns and Threads, all I bought was the Stony Creek magazine and a couple of flosses that I needed. And I haven't ordered anything except for this reindeer pattern. The other stuff has been stuff that automatically comes. So the Endangered Species Club is done, and that was fun. But out of 6 patterns, there are probably only 3 that I will stitch. I know I started the elephants, and I'm going to do the birds. There's 1 or 2 others that I might stitch. There'll be a couple that I won't, and maybe I'll give those away as gifts. I'm not sure. So my plans that I have coming up is on Sunday I'm going to start stitching on my 12 Advent projects. Sorry, I keep saying today. That's not usually what I do a lot. The Salem area stitchers in December, we always do a holiday party, and we're doing that on the 14th. It's an all-day stitch potluck fun fest, and we play a fun game, and we're also doing a kind of an Advent thing where everybody is bringing, there's 12 of us who are participating, everybody is bringing 12 of a wrapped item to go into a basket, and each person will take it home and have 12 Advent things to open. So that will be fun. And then I have not made any plans yet for 2025, but I've been thinking about it. I'm debating if I want to do Whip Go. I really don't know. I have not yet succeeded at Whip Go for a whole year. This year I did pretty good. Well, I shouldn't say I did pretty good, but I did better than I have in the past. So I'm not sure. January is AB Singo with, what's it called? Oh, Carolyn and Robin, I'm sorry. They have a group. I'm sorry, he did it again. This time he was barking at a neighbor. I don't know where I was this time. I think I was talking about the Magazine Monthly Challenge, maybe. That's hosted by Carolyn Zook, say Zook Stitches, and Robin Baker, who is Bird's Eye Stitches. And I did it last year. It was a lot of fun. You stitch on something different every day for 25 days. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this year. We'll see how that goes. I've got to really figure out how I want my year to go. I think that's it as far as plans go. Robin is one of the people who sent me some things to finish. And she also sent me 2 patterns that I could keep or give away. And they're both very fun. I don't want to take them out of the package, so hopefully the glare won't be too bad. This one's called Winter Dog. And it is by the Design Connection. And it's a wolf, and it's shown on Ada and stitched on 14 count at 7 1/4 by 9 1/2. So there's that one. And then this one is called it's by Lone Deer Sonogolese Designs, American Indian counted cross stitch pattern. It's called Partners. And these are 2 wolves. So I think I'm going to keep Winter Dog. The Partners one is 19.7 by 14.9 on 28 or 14 count, so it's a lot bigger. So I'm going to give this away. So if you would like to win this, use the word partners in your comment below. Please don't say giveaway or any of that other stuff, and you need to be 18 or older in order for me to request your address. Yeah, that's it for all the stitching stuff that I can think of. It still annoys the heck out of me that I cannot find that one project. So I'm going to show you a few of my Christmas cards. I make quantities of them. I don't do like, if I make 50 cards, they're not all different. I'll do 10 or 12 of each one. So these are 3 that I worked on last month when I was at my sister's. I went there just for card making. This is the first one. I use Stampin' Up! Supplies. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. This is the second one. And then let's see, the inside. Oh, let me look at the inside of this one. I do stamp words on the inside of Christmas cards. I don't when they're generic cards. And then I have this one. And this one, oh, I just put paper on the inside and then a word. And then I do something on the envelopes. So those are 3 of them. I have 10 or 12 of each of those. I'm going to spend the day with my sister and my niece tomorrow. And I have 2 more I'm working on. I'm thinking I'm doing 12 of each one. And then I think I'm going to have enough for the list that I have for my Christmas cards. Which brings me to, if you would like to receive a Christmas card from me, and I've mentioned this before, so if you've already told me, you don't need to tell me again. If you would like to receive a Christmas card from me, please send me an email with your name and address and let me know that you'd like to receive it. I'll be sending them out the first part of December, first half sometime. Same thing with a birthday card. If you'd like to receive a birthday card from me, my cards are all handmade. I love making cards, and so I would need your name and address and your birth month and day. I don't need to know how old you are. So if you would like to receive a Christmas card or a birthday card, please send me an email. If you would like to receive this pattern, use the word partners in your comment below. And I think that's it for today. I want to thank everybody so much for watching. I forgot to say at the beginning about if you're new here, or anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video and you'll come back. I don't know how soon it will be when I come back. I haven't decided yet. I will have stitched on, in the next 2 weeks, I will have stitched on many things, but I don't like to show when I only have a few stitches in something, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I will be back because I have to do my giveaway, and maybe by then I'll have my plans for the new year. We'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching, and happy stitching.